You know that feeling, right? That final tick of the clock on December 31st. It's this incredible moment of shared anticipation, felt by billions of people all over the planet. We all know what comes next. The fireworks, the cheering, the champagne. But once all that confetti settles, what have we really done?
And yeah, that is the real question, isn't it? Because this is about so much more than just a date on a calendar changing. It's about this deep, totally human need for a reset, a clean slate. And to get there, people around the world have come up with some truly amazing rituals.
And where do a whole lot of these rituals start? Well, right on the dinner plate, of course. There's this almost universal idea that what you eat as the old year turns into the new one can literally shape your luck for the next 12 months.
Okay, let's take Spain. As that clock starts chiming at midnight, the challenge is on. You have to eat one grape for each chime. 12 grapes for 12 lucky months. And the story behind this is just fascinating. One version says it was a brilliant marketing move by some grape farmers back in the early 1900s who had way too many grapes. But another story claims it started way back in the 19th century as a way to poke fun at the French aristocracy and their super fancy New Year's dinners.
Meanwhile, over in Japan, the symbolism gets even deeper. On New Year's Eve, which is called omisoka, families eat toshikoshi soba. So the long noodles themselves are a prayer for a long and healthy life. But here's the cool part. Because the noodles are so easy to bite through, they also represent cutting off or severing all the hardships and bad luck of the year that's ending. It's like a delicious and very symbolic clean slate.
So you're starting to see a pattern here, right? Whether it's stuffing your face with grapes in Spain and Mexico for luck and wishes, or opening one of these beautiful, intricate osachi-ryori boxes in Japan, where every single item, from fish roe for fertility to black beans for health, is just packed with meaning. We're all using food to spell out our deepest hopes for the future. But, hope isn't just about bringing in the good stuff. It's also about getting rid of the bad. And some cultures have found some incredibly, well, let's just say creative and very satisfying ways to do just that. I mean, just look at this list for a second. Smashing plates, dropping perfectly good ice cream, burning giant dolls. What in the world could these possibly have in common? Well, they're all these powerful, physical ways of just letting go and making room for whatever's coming next.
So let's start with those plates. In Denmark, you might wake up on New Year's Day to find a huge pile of broken dishes on your porch. And believe it or not, that's a good thing. It means you have tons of friends. It's an old tradition where you save up your chipped or unused dishes all year long just so you can smash them at the homes of people you care about. It's a way of symbolically shattering all the negativity from the past year and wishing them well.
Okay, now for a total change of pace, let's jump over to Switzerland. A country famous for being so precise and clean. Well, one tradition there is to let a scoop of ice cream drop right on the floor at midnight. It seems so wasteful, but the symbolism is actually about abundance. It's like you have so much good fortune that you can afford to let a little bit go, kind of like a down payment for a prosperous year ahead.
And maybe the most dramatic of all, in Ecuador and other Latin American countries, they literally burn the old year away. They create these big effigies called Año Viejo dolls, and sometimes they're made to look like unpopular politicians or celebrities. Then, at the stroke of midnight, they're all set on fire in the streets. It's this incredible, communal act of just wiping the slate clean. But it's not all about food and fire. A lot of New Year's traditions are quieter, maybe a little more profound, and they're focused on the people who matter most, both the ones who are still with us and the ones who aren't. This one is just wow. It's so incredibly moving. In Talca, Chile, the town mayor actually opens the cemetery gates on New Year's Eve, and families go. They bring food and candles, and they spend the night beside the graves of their relatives. The story goes that it all started back in 1995 with just one family who snuck in to be near their late father. Now it's a whole town tradition. What a beautiful way to make sure no one gets left behind as time moves on. Then you have Scotland, where connection is all about who is the first person to walk through your door. It's called first footing. The very first person to cross your threshold after midnight sets the tone for your year. And for the best luck, you want them to be a tall, dark-haired man who brings symbolic gifts like coal for a warm home, bread so you'll never go hungry, and of course, whiskey for good cheer. This tradition apparently goes all the way back to the Viking days, when a fair-haired stranger showing up at your door often meant, well, it meant trouble was coming. So we've seen food, fire, family, all these amazing, elaborate ways we try to shape our own fate for the coming year. But here's the biggest twist of all.
While that date, January 1st, seems so important to so many of us, it's completely arbitrary. The human need for a new year, for that reset button, is absolutely universal. The timing? Not so much.
See, the whole January 1st thing is based on the Gregorian calendar, but it's just one of many New Year's days. In Thailand, their New Year Songkran is in April, and it's celebrated with a giant countrywide water fight to wash away all the bad luck. Diwali, the beautiful festival of lights in India, marks the New Year in the autumn. And of course, there's the Lunar New Year, which is celebrated by billions of people all across Asia.
And India is such a perfect example of this incredible diversity. In Tamil Nadu, the New Year is marked by boiling milk and rice until it overflows the pot, which symbolizes abundance and prosperity. In Kerala, the Onam festival includes creating these stunningly intricate artworks made out of flower petals called bukalam over a period of 10 days. Each tradition is so unique, and yet that underlying theme of renewal is always there.
So what is the connection here? What links smashing plates in Denmark with someone making a resolution to finally go to the gym? What connects eating 12 grapes in Spain with promising yourself you'll read more books this year? Well, it all boils down to the psychology of the fresh start. These ancient cultural rituals are basically the direct ancestors of our modern, personal ones.
Think about it. When we set a resolution, we're tapping into some really powerful psychological forces. The biggest one is hope, that simple belief that things can be better. Then there's intention. Just the act of saying a goal out loud makes it feel more real. It's also about taking responsibility for ourselves and even inspiring others. Seeing someone else try to make a change can be a huge motivator for us too.
And here's what psychologists find so interesting. Even though a tiny fraction of people, something like 8%, actually stick to their resolutions all year, the real value isn't just in succeeding. The act of trying, of looking ahead with optimism, that is a positive force all on its own. It's really the process, not just the final outcome, that matters.
So when you look at all these traditions from around the world, they're not just quirky bits of trivia. They are a library of human ingenuity. They're this incredible collection of meaningful ways we've come up with to acknowledge the time is passing and to set our intentions for the future. It's like a shared human toolkit for creating meaning in our lives.
So as we think about saying goodbye to the old year and welcoming the new one, maybe the real question isn't just what are you doing at midnight? Maybe it's what ritual, whether it's eating 12 grapes, burning an effigy, or just quietly writing down your hopes for the future, truly speaks to you. What helps you hit your reset button?